So there's a small YouTube channel named Ulpu, and basically Ulpu is a clone of Benji X Scarlet, where they both make music videos of franchises that are either primarily for kids or they seem to be for kids. And now, before we continue on, please don't go harassing this person. This person does not deserve any engagement at all whatsoever. Do not watch his videos, because then you're just going to be feeding into his algorithm, or her algorithm. I don't know who runs this channel. But point is, just don't go watching these videos. Just listen to what I have to say. If you really don't believe me, then you can just look it up yourself, but I highly discourage you guys from watching this person's content. But long story short, they make a lot of very low effort videos where they all basically just zoom in and out on a specific character, or they do something that's just really lazy and then they pump it out like twice a day. And this channel has done a lot of very questionable things. So with that being said, let's begin. First off, it wouldn't be a Willy Tato video without me calling this guy a creepy weirdo for making a lot of inappropriate thumbnails. However, there is something that is very special for you all today. I believe that you would all be pleased by this slop. And you want to know what it is? This person has probably allegedly drawn Hatsune Miku pregnant for a thumbnail. Now, obviously, that is a bad thing. You shouldn't be having like animated pregnant cartoon characters or whatever on your thumbnails. However, the difference is, I guess, how old Hatsune Miku is. That's right, she's 16. So this person drew a minor pregnant. Canonically speaking, Hatsune Miku is 16 years old, and this person has drawn a 16-year-old Hatsune Miku pregnant. That's weird. And what really got me going down the rabbit hole was me finding out about the pregnant Pico song that this sick freak made. And yeah, I mean, besides the fact that he drew a male pregnant, and they're only 19 years old, 13 in a different series, pregnant, I was like, okay, well, I mean, I don't really think that's an issue, because canonically speaking, in Friday Night Funkin', Pico is 19, so I guess it's fine, but they're still a male, so that's really weird, because males can't really get pregnant. But you know, I mean, that's something there, I guess. And then I started getting curious. I was like, did this person ever draw any underage characters who are canonically underaged pregnant? And then I find the Hatsune Miku thumbnail, and I was like, damn, this person's a sick freak. This person is actually nauseating. But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's really about it. Obviously, drawing inappropriate thumbnails like these is bad, because you know, children are going to see this and they shouldn't be exposed to topics like this. So yeah, I mean, that's something that everyone should probably already get the memo for. And another thing that I want to talk about is that Ulpu actually does have sexual content in their content, aside from, you know, having the inappropriate thumbnails. And yeah, I mean, to have it as a thumbnail for clickbait, that's one thing that's bad, but it's not as bad as drawing blatant porn on YouTube and then posting it for people to see. And children are very likely to see this, since people are more likely to watch Poppy Playtime and things like that, because we all agree that Poppy Playtime is meant for children. There are many sources that can vouch for me here. Poppy Playtime is a series that is primarily meant for children. However, these sick freaks are making sexual content of these child trends and then putting them on YouTube for children to maybe accidentally stumble upon. I don't know how many children are able to see this, but are there definitely going to be children watching this? Yes, there are, because statistically speaking, there's going to be at least one person in there out of the whole bunch that is a kid. And that is bad, because, you know, again, you shouldn't be exposing children to sexual concepts, because those are for adults and children do not have experience to handle those concepts responsibly, yada yada, you get the idea. And another thing that I want to talk about is that this animation style, whatever Ulpu is doing, it's not really skilled at all. All of this is kind of cheeks. It's just one drawing that they make, or like a handful of drawings of the same character in different positions, and then they keep like shaking it and like zooming it up and down and like zooming in on the inappropriate genitals and stuff like that. And This is really strange because there was a video that they uploaded like around April 17, 2025, and since it was like 23 hours ago, I would say like around like 1:40ish p.m. PST time. I don't know, convert that to whatever time. And in it, the characters are showing a lot of cleavage, but the only thing that's saving this person right now from drawing like actual like straight up like hardcore porn, because this is like the things that Ulpu is doing is more softcore, but the one thing that this person hasn't crossed the line with in terms of turning softcore into hardcore is by covering like the genital regions with like very skimpy clothing, and that's really about it. So yeah, I mean, that's not a good thing for these people to be doing. Like, you can't be exploiting kids and showing them this type of content and getting them hooked. You're literally handing porn addiction on a silver platter to little kids. That is bad. And once again, I need to reiterate this. If YouTube starts cracking down on this inappropriate content, YouTube, Google, and Alphabet Inc. stats, they're gonna go up. They're gonna go sky high. You know that one scene in Despicable Me where Gru was like, "Tonight, minions, we're going to steal the Zamoon," and then and then everyone starts cheering. That's pretty much what Google stock is gonna do. It's just gonna immediately like spear through the moon and bring it back down. Well, I mean, it's probably gonna stay up. That would be the optimal thing. Like, you know, a stock being high is good, but anyways, you get the idea. It would be financially feasible if YouTube starts cracking down on this content. And I'm not even like talking about the moral reasons. Like, put away all the moral reasons. YouTube, Google, like any corporation, they do not give a hoot about moral issues. They only care when it benefits them. But in this case, I don't see why YouTube and Google are not cracking down on this inappropriate content. It would make them so much money if they just started cracking down on this content, because then more advertisers would be more comfortable putting their advertisements on YouTube. And now, putting aside the fact that Ulpu is another one of those content farms that make a lot of sexual content geared towards kids, or at least it does bring in kids to an extent, their lyrics for their quote-unquote songs, they're not even songs. It's just repeating like a couple of phrases and that's it, and then saying and then well, like it's like edited and like techno or something like that, and it's just really, they're not even music. It's not even music at all. This is just a lot of repetition and no creativity whatsoever. The most creative they ever get out of the past 3 songs is probably in the Super Bear Adventure song fan-made official animated music video that they make, and it's not even animated, by the way. The animation is absolute dog nuts. But putting that aside, they add in more than 2 phrases, which I do appreciate. Well, not really, since I don't watch any of this crap, but you get the idea. It's just, there's no reason for this person to even have the music check mark when they don't even have real music. It's not creative at all. They just repeat the same phrase over and over again, and then there's like a little bit of a stock background sound, if that makes sense, and that's the highest extent to which they can be classified as music, which is where they basically just have background noise and then they repeat the same 2 phrases over and over again, which I think is just really lazy. And I don't even know how there's 466k subs on this channel, but hey, whatever, that's just how it is, I guess. And finally, the one last thing that I wanted to talk about, and yes, I did want to speedrun this video because I just can't handle looking at this YouTube channel anymore, is that this person has worked with Benji X Scarlet in the past, and, you know, they all both do the same thing, so I mean, you're friends with the people that share the same interests as you, I guess, especially when it comes to pregnant people and artwork and busty characters that are like MILFs or whatever. So I mean, yeah, that kind of is par for the course, I guess. And yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say. Overall, Ulpu is a massive freaking weirdo content farm behemoth, Frankenstein, whatever the hell this is, and this person likes drawing kids pregnant. So yeah, I mean, take that what you will. Like, Hatsune Miku is freaking 16 and this person drew them pregnant, so whatever, I guess. But anyways, yeah, that's all I really have to say. That's all I really have for you today. I didn't want to melt your brain with this person's content. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I hope you all have a good day, and bye.